Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a LivelyLegz purple prince. I have a size 12 hook in there and a 3mm tungsten bead. I'm going to use just black thread, and this is just 8/0. We're going to start the thread behind the bead. And we're going to put a little base of thread down. When you tie on the legs, it's good to have a base of thread on there. And as I'm making this base of thread, I'm going to take it all the way back and put the tail on first. Not a big deal if you put the tail on first or the legs on first. I'm going to stop just about where the barb was. And for the tail, you can use, if you have a purple hackle, that would be fine, purple hackle tips. Here I have a purple foxtail, and I'm going to use that for my tail. Okay, I have tried to get mostly guard hairs out of this, but we're going to make that tail about maybe around 1/2 to 3/4 the length of the hook shank. Just gonna tie that in, lock that in there. And this excess, I'm actually gonna save it because I can use this as dubbing. Go ahead and put that small piece on the side. And we're going to bring our thread back up to the top. Now the legs that I'm going to use are, these are LivelyLegz, size 14-12, and this is shimmery purple. It's got some silver flakes in there. And to start out, like I always do, I cut that front tab mostly off. There we are, we took most of it off. And I'm going to hold it slightly to my side and wrap it in. Move to the rear of the first set of legs. Move to the rear of the second set of legs. Now I can remove that third set because that makes it a little bit too long. And I save these and use them singly after I get several of them. I use them on my own flies. And now I'm going to take a piece of number 16 silver and gold tinsel. I'm going to want the silver side showing, so I'm going to tie it so that I can see the gold side. The silver will be to the hook shank. And bring that right back to the tail there. I'm going to turn this upside down, make it easier to dub. Now I'm going to take the material that I took off for the tail, and I'm also going to use the underfur from the fox, from the foxtail, and we're going to dub a noodle on there. This is fresh out of the package, so there's a lot of it hair falling off, and that's what I'm going to use here. Just give it a little bit of a lick of the fingers and get it nice and tight. Oop, that's going to be too thick. Yeah, we're going to see how far this is going to go. Tighten that up. Get that in there right to the back. And we're going to wrap that forward. Whoop. Watch that. Tighten that up a little bit more. This is the first time I'm tying this fly. I haven't used it, but the Purple Haze works good, which is a dry fly, so I'm pretty sure that this is going to work. I'm going to wrap around the legs. There we go. Make sure those legs stay on top. Now I'm going to take my rib and wrap that forward. That last one right there. And bring that up and end it at the thorax. And I'm going to fold that back and remove that excess. Pretty simple fly here. Now I'm just going to take some more of the dubbing and build up the thorax. And I'm going to watch the bottom to make sure my bottom is secured and covered well. And I got to put more on there. Kind of do a little bit of a figure eight over that front leg there to get that bottom good. And bring that thread up in front or right in back of the bead. Now we got a lot of wild ones sticking out there. Just be careful you don't cut a leg off if in fact you're using a wild dubbing like I am. Now for the wings, I'm going to take white Goose Biots, and we're going to tie them in the X pattern. And we want to get those wings just slightly longer than those rear legs. Be careful you don't wrap a leg in as you're doing it. Put the next one on. There we go. Going to fold these back. I'm going to actually pull those legs out of the way. Put several wraps in front, and then I'm going to try to wrap that down just a little bit. You can see I got it wrapped down there just a little bit. Now that'll secure and hold those wings in place. Now we could go ahead and trim off the excess. Put just a small amount of dubbing on the thread. Clean up that top section there. Take my whip finish. Go ahead and trim that off. Put some head cement on there. Drop it right on that wing pad where they crisscross. And here we have a LivelyLegz Purple Prince. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Let them know I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase this fly or any flies from me, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. If you don't see it, just send me a message and tell me what you want and we'll figure it out. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.